Ready? Play.
Oh, now this is an exciting clash. I think it's the first one between Jannik Sinner and Joao Fonseca. Fonseca really getting his season very much on track with this run in Indian Wells, because it has been a rough start to the year for Joao. Obviously, not being able to defend his title, not even come close to defending it in Argentina, where he lost in the opening round. But he did highlight the injury. So he said, I think this is the first time that he felt like he could dial into a match, as he did in his previous win over Tommy Paul in the previous round. He says the first time he's out. I mean, obviously he went out in the first round in Australia, where he obviously dropped a few points compared to his run last year when he had a couple of wins there. Did he have one or two wins in Australia actually last year? I'm not sure. By the way, his forehand against... Oh, of course, he had more than a couple because he came through qualies, didn't he? So he had 4 wins in Australia before losing to Sonego in the second round in 5 sets. But his forehand against Tommy Paul in the previous round was off the charts. And he was a deserved winner in straight sets. As for Jannik Sinner, of course, he also had an early exit in Rio, but that does seem to be a bit of a difficult one for him. I just think mentally he's back in a way, Joao Fonseca. Sinner, by the way, very impressive in his straight sets wins over Svitolina, and then yesterday against Denis Shapovalov, 3-2. I thought Shapo would push Jannik a bit more. I did expect Jannik to win, but I thought he would get pushed a bit more. So we can see where Jannik Sinner's form is very much at. Of course, even by his high standards, Jannik Sinner's having a little bit of a wobble. Semi-finals and all those break-point opportunities against Novak Djokovic, but he only took 2 of them and lost that 5-setter. We know how he is in 5 sets, but fortunate for him that this won't be a 5-set clash with Joao Fonseca. In Qatar, he won a couple of matches over Mahac and Popyrin before going down in 3 sets to Jakub Mensik. But now he's won a couple more matches. And of course, he is a former semi-finalist in Indian Wells. He's never been beyond that stage. But I think with the draw, he might well be going beyond the semis this year. And I think he's beating Joao Fonseca. But let's go for 3 sets. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
Ready? Play.
Oh, now this is an exciting clash. I think it's the first one between Jannik Sinner and Joao Fonseca. Fonseca really getting his season very much on track with this run in Indian Wells, because it has been a rough start to the year for Joao. Obviously, not being able to defend his title, not even come close to defending it in Argentina, where he lost in the opening round. But he did highlight the injury. So he said, I think it's the first time that he felt like he could dial into a match, as he did in his previous win over Tommy Paul in the previous round. He says the first time he's out. I mean, obviously he went out in the first round in Australia, where he obviously dropped a few points compared to his run last year when he had a couple of wins there. Did he have 1 or 2 wins in Australia actually last year? I'm not sure. By the way, his forehand against... Oh, of course, he had more than a couple because he came through qualies, didn't he? So he had 4 wins in Australia before losing to Sonega in the second round in 5 sets. But his forehand against Tommy Paul in the previous round was off the charts. And he was a deserved winner in straight sets. As for Jannik Sinner, of course, he also had an early exit in Rio, but that does seem to be a bit of a difficult one for him. I just think mentally he's back, in a way, Joao Fonseca. Sinner, by the way, very impressive in his straight sets wins over Svitolina, and then yesterday against Denis Shapovalov, 3-2. I thought Shapo would push Jannik a bit more. I did expect Jannik to win, but I thought he would get pushed a bit more. So we can see where Jannik Sinner's form is very much at. Of course, even by his high standards, Jannik Sinner's having a little bit of a wobble. Semi-finals and all those break-point opportunities against Novak Djokovic, but he only took 2 of them and lost that 5-setter. We know how he is in 5 sets, but fortunate for him that this won't be a 5-set clash with Joao Fonseca. In Qatar, he won a couple of matches over Mahac and Popyrin before going down in 3 sets to Jakub Mensik. But now he's won a couple more matches. And of course, he is a former semi-finalist in Indian Wells. He's never been beyond that stage, but I think with the draw, he might well be going beyond the semis this year. And I think he's beating Joao Fonseca. But let's go for 3 sets. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
My name is Clara Talson, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
I am Francisca George, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Susan Leemans, and I'm a friend of the show.
My name is Zainab Sammaz, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hey guys, my name is Sasha Vickery, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hi, my name is Lloyd Harris, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Jan Faria, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Yes.
Take one. Well done.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Paulini, and I'm a friend of the show.
Wow, Jasmine, you got it in one time.
Ready? Play.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever time it is in the world, wherever you are tuning in from. In fact, wherever you are tuning in from, I'd like to know. So let me know in the live chat. We've got Anisimova serving first in this round of 16 clash against Victoria Mboko, and it is currently 15 all. I will also share Jannik Sinner and Joao Fonseca score with you. They're about to get underway on Stadium 1. It's the world number 2 against the world number 35 currently, although Joao's ranking will creep up a little bit after this tournament. Anisimova, by the way, 15.30 on her serve at the moment. She's going to be 15.40. She's on top at this point, and she does win at 30 all. Joao Fonseca's going to serve first, by the way, against Jannik Sinner. And he's won the first point. 15 love. Hello, Christy. Abraços do Londrina para Ania Brasil. Brasil, Brasil. Vai Joao Fonseca. There you go. 30 love, by the way. Quick race into 30 love lead. What a rally this is between Anisimova and Mboko, by the way. Anisimova stretching for that one and winning the point, 40-30. Joao Fonseca's raced into a 40 love lead already, so he has 3 game points. Ghosty's rooting for Fonseca. Wow. Sometimes, though, Ghosty, you say these things, and I'm not sure. I think you don't really root for either, right? Ghosty, you missed my video. We played it at the end of the match, or the end of the stream for Tien against David Vakina. Well, 4 points in, and they've all gone the way of Joao Fonseca, finishing with a forehand winner. And he says, come on. He's pumped. He's dialed in. I thought he was extremely dialed in his previous match against Tommy Paul. Joao Fonseca. Okay, game point here for Anisimova. The winner, of course, of this encounter between Joao Fonseca and Jannik Sinner is going to be playing Lerner Tien in the next round after Lerner beat Alejandro David Vakina earlier today in 3 sets. And the winner of Anisimova and Mboko will play Aryna Sabalenka in the next round after Sabalenka dispensed of Naomi Osaka in straight sets today. So we've yet to have a point go against serve yet in this Sinner-Fonseca match, as we see Darren Cahill, one of Jannik Sinner's coaches. It's a bit of an epic game going on between Mboko and Anisimova, by the way. Oh, we've got our first point against the serve. It's 15-all as to Sinner nets. Yeah, this first game is already 5 minutes in. And we're at deuce between Anisimova and Mboko. Okay, Sinner misses the first serve. We've got a game point for Anisimova against Mboko on her serve. Someone being told to quieten down in the crowd on Stadium 1. Good return there from Mboko. She's on top of the point here, and she's put that forehand away. Deuce. Good return there from Fonseca, and that goes long from Jannik Sinner. So 15-30. Just long. Look at that, millimeters. Okay, Sinner serving here at 15-30. Down the tee, ace, 30-all. Anisimova with another game point against Victoria Mboko. We're back to deuce with Anisimova and Mboko. Just stay with us, Ghosty. Just stay with us. I'm watching both. Ace out wide from Anisimova to game point. Oh, wow, what depth that is from Fonseca, forcing the error, arguably, off the racket of Jannik Sinner. We've got a break point here for Joao Fonseca. Another game point for Anisimova over on Stadium 2. This game is pushing 10 minutes now. Backhand return is going to miss, and we have finally concluded the first game. Anisimova does hold eventually. Can Joao Fonseca, though, get a break here already? Backhand return from Joao into the forehand of Jannik, but now it's on the forehand of Joao, which is big. But Jannik defends, but now he's pushing. Oh, there was a chance down the line there, going over the high part of the net. But Joao puts the forehand into the net, so deuce. Okay, deuce here between Foki and Sinner. Forehand now into the forehand of Jannik. Backhand cross court from both players. Oh, what a backhand that is from Jannik. And it's going to help him get a forehand here. But they're still into the rally. Look how hard they're hitting this ball. What a backhand that is from Deuce. Oh, that backhand from Fonseca will win most points. Not against Jannik Sinner. Oh dear, what a stat this is, by the way, from Miles on social media here. Alejandro Davidic Fokina has lost 13 ATP Tour matches after being up match point against his opponent. And Mboko here looking much more comfortable on serve than Anisimova, by the way. Jannik Sinner has a game point. Where are you going to go with this serve? Out wide, but you're going to miss the first serve. Second serve. And Mboko comfortable hold, 1 game all. Wonderful to have so many of you joining here, by the way. Do hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. Backhand here across the court. It's going to go long from Fonseca. He had a look at the Jannik serve, had a break point. Tried to go with a big forehand on the line that just hit the top part of the net. And it is 1 game all. So, Mboko and Anisimova, 1 game all. Jannik Sinner and Joao Fonseca, 1 game all. That is where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, forehand returning from Jannik. Big forehand from Fonseca misses. Love 15. Oh, what a point this is between Mboko and Anisimova. And Anisimova's going to win it 30-15. Good serve there from Fonseca, 15 all. Huge serve from Joao. So, Anisimova 30-15 here, 1 game all. 1 game all as well between Fonseca and Sinner. Good serve down the tee there from Joao. Good forehand as well from Joao, 30-15. That weapon is going to have to fire today, and so far it is. 137 miles an hour, that first serve, by the way, from Joao. He's got a huge serve. Doesn't get talked about enough because obviously there's some of the other elements of his game that are so explosive. Okay, Anisimova 30-15 on her serve. Backhand return from Mboko. Forehand from Anisimova into the forehand of Mboko. 40-15 for Joao Fonseca, by the way. And that drop shot from Anisimova is not going to work. So 30 all. On return serve for Joao Fonseca, and he holds 2-1. Huge serving there from Joao. Okay, and Anisimova here, 1 game all, 40-30. But there's no doubt which player has been under pressure more on serve in this Mboko Anisimova match, because Mboko held comfortably, whilst Anisimova had a 10-minute hold, followed by currently 40-30 scenario. And it's going to be another deuce game here for Anisimova on her serve. Yeah. Okay, down the tee, backhand return, forehand from Anisimova into the forehand of Mboko. That's a nice forehand slice from Mboko. That one isn't, though, so good, and that doesn't go over the net. So, advantage Anisimova. By the way, we're talking about extreme grips earlier on. Siniakova has a pretty extreme grip, I would argue. Maybe not quite as extreme as Iga Swiatek. Anisimova holds, by the way. So she'll be relieved to get that one out of the way as well. Both of her service games have been taken to deuce, but she has held in both of them and leads 2-1 at the change of ends. Meanwhile, Sinner and Fonseca are back on court with Sinner serving at 1-2. I haven't heard that Sabalenka's backing best of 5 for women, but I don't think it would be posturing, because I think the better posture is probably best of 3. Unless she was forced into a corner, I'd have to see the interview or the statement from her regarding best of 5. And do I think it's a good idea? Personally, yes, but I realize I might be in the minority. How would the world, tennis world or elsewhere, feel about just having a best of 5 in slam finals? I'd be here all for it, but one thing I don't buy is this whole concentration thing, like in terms of viewers. Oh, you know, kids can't concentrate for more than a minute nowadays. Well, then all sports would be messed up, but they're not. And you still get people watching. What you find with best of 3 or best of 5 is people dip in and out. It doesn't matter if it's best of 3 or best of 5. And if it's a Grand Slam final, yeah. I mean, just purely by numbers of hours, if you had, let's say, a best of 3 match, which averages 2 hours, or a best of 5 match, which averages 3, you know, that's another hour for the sponsors to get exposure. Never mind the fact that it could be a gripping final. And if we think about some of the absolute epic finals, a lot of them do tend to be men's because they're 5 sets. But really, the broadcasters don't want it. I mean, I think they'd be up for it if it was just a slam final, unless I'm wrong, unless I'm mistaken, unless whatever. But I think if it was just a slam final, they'd be up for it. You're right. The rest of the tournament, particularly the first week, maybe not so appealing because they've got eyes on their screens from day minute 1 to whatever. Maybe tournament organizers as well, in terms of that first week at Slam. It just would probably have to be extended to 2.5 to 3 weeks, I think. Or just have more courts. I don't really get that argument, Ghosty. I'd love to hear more in terms of it cutting into the other program. I get it earlier on in the week and stuff like that in terms of tournament organization. But if you've got a Grand Slam, if tennis is a popular sport, and I think we regard it as popular, and to get the broadcasters are desperate to get that Grand Slam final. Why they're not? I think they would want 5. Trust me. And listen, Craig Tiley, as you know, is not someone I always appreciate his perspective. He would like to have best of 5 for women in the Slam final, at least, because you get more eyes on it. So I think actually the media guys will be all right with it. It's just getting the rest of the tour onto it. But yeah, but as I say, I would start with a Slam final as long as yeah, I mean, put it to the vote. I don't know how many professional women players there are, 1,500 players. Get them all to vote on it. And by the way, and you could put 3 options, or at least the first. Just do one with just saying a Slam final, best of 5. I mean, I'd include the semis as well, but Joao Fonseca holds for 3-2. And Mboko here 40-30 on her serve at 1-2. And Joao, yeah. Oh, what's going on here with Mboko? Are we going to Deuce? I think we are. No, 2 games all. Sorry. So, change of ends for for Sinner and Joao Fonseca. We've had 1 break point in this match so far, and it did go the way of the Brazilian, but he wasn't able to take it with a forehand down the line that hit the top part of the net. Came back on his side. So far today, I am 5 out of 5 with my predictions. But let me tell you this. I think I won't be 8 out of 8 because the other 3 are just... I've gone for the outsider in the Iala-Noskova match. I think Sinner will win this one against Joao. I do feel a bit more confident about that one. And Mboko, Anisimova, I've gone for Mboko, but it's a 50-50 one, that one. Okay, 15-30 here. Anisimova on her serve. $30 after Anisimova puts that volley away. Sinner and Fonseca are back on court. Just 3 matches left today. We had 8 altogether, and 5 have already been on Talking Tennis. 3 remain. This one that we're watching now between Fonseca and Sinner, or Anisimova and Mboko. And of course, we will also have a watch-along for Linda Noskova against Alex Iala. Anisimova here, holds serve to 30, so 3-2 change of ends. Sinner here at 40 love on his serve, but he's missed the first serve by some distance. Kick serve there from Jannik, although that could have been assisted by the wind, and the miss-hit forehand from Fonseca, and it's 3-all. Okay, 3-all. Joao serving here. Backhand from Sinner's got good depth on it. These guys are just whacking this ball with incredible velocity. Ooh, and that forehand there is going to be too big from Jannik. So, 15 love. What's this? Farge? I'm not sure. I think Iala is the outsider, yeah. It's probably a close one, but Noskova probably has the higher ceiling, higher ranked player, higher pedigree, more experience, has been deep in 1000s before. So, yeah, Noskova favorite, but I am just leaning Iala because I just saw some of the serving and returning stats from the tournament so far. And I just think it is a sort of a battle of the returners today. But Noskova has the better serve, so Yeah, but I think her second serve can definitely be attacked. Big star. Mboko is comfortable on her own serve for sure, and Amanda is constantly being attacked on her own. Oh, Comrade Pagula. Oh, yeah. Just of course, the compliant tennis world is like, oh, what a great choice it is to have Pagula as. I mean, can Pagula empathize with some of the players in the lower echelons of tennis who are struggling to make ends meet? That's the first thing I would say. Fonseca hit 30 all, by the way. And a double fault from Mboko at 40 love means it's 40-15. Yeah. Oh, this is a big point here at 30 all. And I think as Fonseca's gone long, 30-40, he's looking down at the court as well because there was a shot from Jannik, which, yeah, must have just touched the line. And so we've got a break point. Our first one in this match so far for Jannik Sinner. Oh, and Mboko is 40-30. But anyway, let's talk about this point here because it's a huge moment in this first set between Fonseca and Sinner. 30-40. Where are you going to go with this serve? Down the tee. It's a decent serve. Now it's on the forehand of... Oh, yes. Really good pace on that serve. In terms of the fact that Jannik was able to get it back in play. But it was set up quite nicely. Maybe Jannik could have done a bit better with it, but with the return. But then there was still a lot of work to be done for Joao. But at least when Joao's in that position, his mind is clear. Mboko pushed a deuce for the first time, but she does now have an advantage on her serve. And Fonseca also gets to advantage, so he has a game point for 4-3. Mboko holds, by the way, for 3-all. Look at this topspin forehand. Oh, what a serve down the tee from Joao Fonseca. 4-3. Huge relief for him. So both players have saved a break point thus far. And it's now over to Anisimova to serve at 3-all on the other court. I'm just going to make myself a cup of tea. Let me know what your beverage of choice is this evening. I'm on the tea. This fine Tuesday night. I've got to put my rubbish out at some point. I'm a good recycler. Are you a recycler, people? Got the plastics and the papers all separated. All right, what's going on with Mboko and Anisimova? Anisimova losing points on her serve. Yeah. Yeah, I don't dislike that theory, Ghosty. Don't dislike it. I think it's quite easy to hold up as well. Oakley dokley. You see, in football, some of these things at least do get held up. Now, that doesn't mean that anything changes, as in FIFA still run roughshod over the sport and it's still ultimately being destroyed by millionaires and billionaires. But at least there's enough of a voice to have 90% on your side. But in tennis, it's just, yeah, so little. Forehand here from Joao into the net. So 15 all. You're loving the lower camera angles. Yeah, I like them too. Anisimova here, 40-30. I think she's lost at least 2 points in every service game, right? Amanda. Good backhand there from Mboko. The one thing I would say with Mboko, I think I was asked this recently, it's quite difficult to pinpoint one element of her game that's especially outstanding, and yet everything is kind of quite good, meaning there's no obvious weakness either. Watching this rally here between Joao and Joao there putting a backhand into the net. So 30-15. And once again, Anisimova's at deuce. Oh, sorry, guys. Just seeing a message to you on the other side. Yeah, it's 2:41 here, my friend. And I'm going to be doing this until probably around about 6 a.m. But 'tis tennis. The Indian Wells and North American swing in post-Wimbledon is nowhere near as bad as Australia. Ace here from Cinder to 40-15. Who can forget those epic streams that Mario, Damien, and I did in 2023? I think some were about 15 hours. Not sure I see the Fonseca Federer slice comparison. Not yet, anyway. Yeah. But she's no... Oh, break point here from Mboko. Hang on a second. Back point, backhand cross court. Backhand from Anisimova up the line. Forehand from Anisimova down the line. But Mboko's defending. But is she going to land that one? I think she is, and it's going to be a miss hit from Anisimova. I think both miss hit it, actually. And Anisimova's frustrated as she's broken. So Mboko is the first one to make her move. Sinner, by the way, is held for 4-all. So Mboko leads 4-3 with a break. Do I find Mboko's power outstanding? Not compared to her peers, no. As in, I'm looking at Anisimova, and I'm looking at Sabalenka, and I'm looking at Osaka, and I'm looking at Rybakina. And who else would I say is probably more powerful? Coco probably at times, especially on serve and backhand. Ostapenko, come on. Madison Keys, Clara Talson, Raducanu. They all, I don't know. I feel like they're more powerful players than Mboko, but maybe some of them. Let's take the first 3 or 4 I mentioned. Anisimova, Rybakina, Sabalenka. She's not in their level, not yet anyway, in terms of power. Ace down the T from Fonseca, getting us to 30-15. She might be in the next group, but that's my point. She's very good. I said quite good, might be unfair. She's very good in a lot of categories without excelling in one. Okay, Mboko, 4-3. Penko as well, yeah. Keys too. So that's my point. Okay, 30-all here. After that smash from Jannik. We've had a break point for both of these players. Are we going to get another one for Jannik Sinner? No, not yet. Anisimova is changing her racket, hoping it'll change some fortune for her. I don't like this draw for Amanda, actually. As in Mboko today, followed by Sabalenka, followed by who would be in the semi-finals? Oh, actually, the semi-final might not be too bad because it could be Ayala, Noskova, or Gibson. Okay, second serve here for Sinner to look at. Oh, we've got the order of play out. Mukova and Swiatek are up first tomorrow. Ooh, lucky Joao there with the net cord. But Jannik at the net puts the volley away. Wonderful to have so many of you watching across these two streams. Please hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. And when you hit subscribe, watch this number just below me tick over. So, Mboko trying to consolidate that break. She's up 40-15 on her serve. Good hands, good hands. Okay, a break point now for Jannik Sinner. Both of them are 0 from 1 on break points thus far. Where are you going to go with this serve? Into the net on the first serve. So a second serve here for Sinner to look at. And Mboko is held, by the way, for 5-3. Serve down the tee is pretty good and it's going to go long. So another break point is saved for Joao Fonseca. Listen, I'll tell you what I will say about this match so far. Joao is living with the world number 2. It has been as tight as the scoreline suggests, as in 4-all Deuce right now. 2 break point opportunities for Jannik, 1 break point opportunity for Joao. Joao's forehand, it has been thus far at least equal to Jannik's. Joao's serving so far at least has been equal to Jannik's. Joao's temperament so far has been okay as well. But, oh, that backhand must have just missed from Jannik. And I don't think there's many players on the tour that can live with Jannik Sinner. And have lived with Jannik Sinner over the last 2.5 years. Even for a set. There's probably a handful of players. Djokovic, of course. Zverev on occasion. Over the last 2.5 years. Alcaraz more than hung with him. Fonseca holds for 5-4. And I think Fonseca has the belief as well. Anisimova here, 3-5, 40-30. Yeah, but I'm also looking at for a set or something like that. You know, I think last year, for example, Zverev pushed Jannik really hard in, I think it was Vienna in that final. I think it went the way of Zverev 7-5 in the third. Djokovic, Mensik, Carlos. Has anyone else beaten Jannik in the last 18 months? I don't think so. Going to have a quick look at Jannik Sinner over the last few months at least. Anyway, just having a look at some of his previous tournaments. As I said, I mentioned Mensik beat him in Qatar. Djokovic beat him in Australia. No one beat him at the ATP Tour Finals. No one beat him in Paris. No one beat him in Vienna. Greek Sport got a walkover in Shanghai. No one beat him at the China Open. Alcaraz beat him at the US Open. Alcaraz got a walkover at the Cincinnati Masters. No one beat him at Wimbledon. Bublik. How can I forget Mr. Bublik? Sorry, Alexander. Carlos beat him in the French Open. Carlos beat him in Rome. And he didn't play after the Australian Open until Rome, did he? So he won the Australian Open 2025. And then we didn't see him again. So in 15 months, Alcaraz, Bublik, Greek Sport via walkover, and Mensik, they're the only players to beat him. And the only person to beat him more than once is Alcaraz. Djokovic, did I mention Djokovic as well? Okay, Anisimova here serving 3-5, but is her advantage. It's going to be a second serve from Mboko to look at. After the one he won in Halle, or the ones that he lost, because he lost a few to Jannik last year as well. I feel as though that's Bublik's best chance on grass, especially over 3 sets, but I'm just thinking about 5. Ooh, Mboko's disappointed with that forehand there going into the net. So 5-4. She will be serving for the first set when they return to the court. Wonderful to have so many of you tuning in right now. Please do hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. Are we going to get to 30,000 subscribers during Indian Wells? I think we probably need Ayala to win a couple more matches, if that is to happen. Ayala in the semis, and we might make it. Forehand winner there from Jannik Sinner. 40 love. So 3 game points for the Italian. Since that break point in his first service game, I think it was, of the match, he's been pretty comfortable on serve. Mboko and Anisimova change of ends. And when they return to the court, Mboko will be serving for the set at 5-4. Game to love for Jannik Sinner. So 5 games all. Mboko's staring out into the distance, trying to keep her focus ahead of serving for this first set. If Mboko has a weakness, what is it? I can tell you Joao Fonseca's weakness, return, in general. Maybe playing in Rio is the second one, but I don't think you can call that a weakness. Anisimova, consistency. And the forehand looks like weakness, but it really isn't. It's just because the backhand is so incredible. I'm just looking at your Spit Series Sinner one comment. 30 love here for Joao. And Mboko has 15 love as she's trying to serve this out. Ooh, Anisimova's return today has not been on the button. Because, by the way, she is a top 10 and elite returner, Anisimova, but not today thus far. 30 love here for Mboko. Serves into the net on the first serve. Backhand cross court. Yeah, I can give you plenty of narratives, okay? Ghosty. Just narratives that everyone just goes along with because one person said it, so then 3 people say it, and then 10 people say it. Even though they don't really know or believe it even. It just happens to become true after so many people say it. Here's one. Eubanks is an excellent broadcaster. Really knows his stuff. Agassi is so smart in the way he thinks about the game. He's a real tennis man. Thinks about the game. You know, we want to see more of Agassi in commentary. Andy Roddick is the man of the people. You know, he's great podcast, good guy. You know, always speaking rationally. Yeah, think about where he came from. Yeah, and who he is. Oh, Joao, yes, indeed. We've already spoken about this before, Ghosty. I've already spoken about it before. Have you seen that dialogue he had yesterday with Coco van der Weyde, by the way? Oh, and Mboko's won the first set, 6-4. She held to 15, and it was a comfortable hold, as that scoreline suggests. She did have a look, I guess, at 15 love. Anisimova had a look at the Mboko serve, very much so, and just put her return long, getting it to 30 love. And really, when you're at 30 love, yeah, you're in big trouble, aren't you? Agassi, for me too, as a hero, got definitely, yeah. Roddick less so, but just the style of tennis, really. I mean, if I was from the US, probably it would be different. Fonseca here at 40-30, by the way. Goes in behind Jannik, should put this forehand away, and does. And that's been the story of the day, by the way. Should put this away, and he does. Okay, stats here from Mboko versus Anisimova. First serves in 78% from Anisimova, 68% from Mboko. But points won on serve. Now, that's where it's very different because we had so many of those tough holds that Anisimova had. She won just 57% of her points on serve, whilst Mboko won 75% of her points on serve. Mboko's so comfortable on serve compared to Anisimova. Anisimova hitting 10 winners and 12 unforced errors. Yeah, not ideal. I find I'm the same with Tennis Abstract. Sometimes I write in our WhatsApp group, the Talking Tennis WhatsApp group, to get stuff like that. That's where I got some of the Davic Fokina stuff against lefties earlier when we were talking. Plus, when I'm live, it's even more difficult. But yeah, I'm the same, Ghosty. Okay, I want to know in the live chat right now, I want to have a simple show of hands, and by which I mean simply write in the live chat. I want to have M for Mboko or A for Anisimova. Who is winning this match on court 2? Just simply write A for Anisimova or A for Anisimova or M for Mboko. And for some reason, I'm sharing that screen. I don't know why. Okay, time has been called by the umpire, so it's Sinner here serving to stay. So, 15 love for Jannik Sinner. Second serve for Joao to look at. Other narratives. Tylee's done a great job with Tennis Australia. $15 all. $30-15. Okay. Meanwhile, Anisimova, 15-30. She was love 30 on her serve. Is it going to be 30 all? And Mboko goes up the line with a backhand, and maybe that is a huge strength of hers that I'm not taking into account. 15-40, 2 break points for Victoria Mboko. Okay, 30-15 here for Sinner against Fonseca. Forehand cross court. Forehand from... Yeah, Fonseca's just going to miss. 40-15. Okay, let's switch back to Mboko against Anisimova because we've got a couple of break points here for Mboko. 15-40 at the beginning of this second set. Backhand return is pretty good. And Anisimova can't deal with it. 1-love. Mboko leads with a break. So Mboko leads by a set and a break. What's going on here with the umpire and Jannik Sinner? I kind of missed that. I think Jannik's been a bit upset with something. Seems to be some people in the audience that are annoying him. Anyway, 40-15. Forehand winner. Oh, I was going to say forehand winner, but Joao gets to it. Is that going to land in? It is. It's going to be a tricky smash, though, but Jannik there, very cool as a cucumber, as you'd expect from a multiple slam winner, albeit someone that's not been in a final at Indian Wells before. So, tie-break time. Let me know in the live chat, by the way, who is winning the tie-break? Let me write, I want an S for Sinner or an F for Fonseca. Just write who's winning the tie-break. Put it in the live chat right now. Unreturned serve from Joao Fonseca. Sinner from Ghosty. I would edge towards Sinner as well. Experience, etc. Was it really a fan was talking trash? I did look at some sort of cheeky smiles amongst a group of people in the crowd. Which was amusing. Mboko 2 game points for consolidating that break, by the way. Unreturned serve from Jannik Sinner means we're at 1-all. And Mboko holds for 2-love. I don't get to choose, by the way, if I get commentary or not. Okay, so I don't have that option. I wish I did on Sky, that is, which I'm watching on, because I love it without commentary. But occasionally they get a bit of info, like when there's something like that going on that I don't get. Oh, backhand from Fonseca from neutral there goes into the net. And it is 2-1 to Jannik Sinner. Just one vote so far on the Sinner Fonseca stream, and it was for Sinner from Ghosty. If my vote counts, that's 2. Good backhand down the line there from Fonseca. Decent volley as well. But it's all about the backhand down the line. Ooh, just missed that first serve, did Joao. Huge Fuzzball 40 has gone for LeBron James. I don't know if that's a suggestion as to who's going to win this tiebreak. Forehand cross court into the forehand of Jannik Sinner. And it's a backhand that goes long. 3-2 Fonseca. It might even have been a forehand that went long. I do apologize. But either way, it's 3-2 Fonseca. We had another huge come on there from Joao. Joao, I'm telling you, it's a different Joao at this tournament compared to the rest of the year so far. That's a crowd. Full for this match. I'm assuming it'll be full for the Ayala match too. So, an entertaining night of tennis. Ricardo, where are you? Listen, first of all, I want you to hit the like button, Ricardo. Then I want you to hit subscribe. And then I want you to tell me where in the world you're tuning in from. Okay, Joao here receiving. Missed the first serve from Sinner. So 2-3 second serve. Backhand to backhand right now. Slice from Fonseca. Forehand from Sinner. Backhand cross court from Fonseca is pretty good. Now it's on the forehand of Fonseca, which we know is very good. It's another forehand for Fonseca, and he's made it. 4-2, change of ends. There we go. Every shot from Fonseca was on the button. 4-2, he leads at the change of ends. It's only a mini break, but this set has been so tight. We didn't get a single break of serve, and we only had 3 break points. One was on the Jannik serve and in the opening game of the match, and then we had 2 more separately on the Joao Fonseca serve. Both players served really well in that first set. But the Fonseca forehand has been firing. It's been coming back a bit more often than it has been in previous matches in Indian Wells because of Sinner's ability to defend. Nevertheless, here we are. 4-2 change of ends. I should say 2-4 because Jannik Sinner is serving. Mini breakdown. How Joao would love to get it to 5-2. And he's going to have a second serve. I was just about to say he could do with a second serve as well. Thank you, Ricardo, for hitting like and subscribe. Just a moment. I'll come to you in a moment, Ricardo. Backhand here into the backhand of Jannik. Backhand cross court from Jannik. Backhand from Fonseca. And that backhand's going to go long from Jannik Sinner. And it's 5-2, Joao Fonseca. Okay, Ricardo, you're in the US. Ghosty, can you advise me on which channel this is on? Because I think it's on the tennis channel, if I'm right. Very funny, by the way, Ricardo there. Okay, 5-2. But yes, I think this is on the tennis channel in the US. In Germany, it's on Sky. Good serve there from Fonseca, but Jannik is equal to it, and we're into the rally. Forehand up the line, but nice one from... good forehand cross court there from Jannik. Really good angle. Drive volley from Jannik is also good. Is that volley going to be picked up? It is. Oh, he nearly got there, Fonseca, but he slipped at the last moment. I think he's okay. One thing is for sure is Joao is not being intimidated by Jannik today. I don't mean Jannik is necessarily an intimidating character, far from it. I just mean that some people have come up against Jannik, Carlos, Rafa, Novak, and Roger, and you just know that they've lost before the match has even begun. Not at all here when it comes to Joao Fonseca. Sometimes gambling websites, Ricardo, if you go to a gambling website and register, they can often give it to you as well. But otherwise, stick with us, Ricardo. Are you from Brazil? You live in the US, but are you from Brazil originally, Ricardo? Forehand return from Jannik is into the net. That'll disappoint Jannik because that was only 102 miles an hour, that serve, which given the size of Joao's serve is not much. Looks like Ricardo's just unsubscribed, by the way. He's frustrated. We're trying to help you, man. And I think the gambling thing might be the best way to go. And we're free. Except the gambling one's ghosty. the betting websites. Okay, 3-6. Out wide serve, 4-6. Ace. Yeah, it's funny. Ghosty. Yeah. And Fonseca can't deal with that forehand, so it's 6-5. 2 set points saved, but they were both on Jannik's serve. Now we're going to have one on on Joao's serve. Mboko has a game point for 3-1, by the way. And she's got it. 3-1. Alexiala's match will begin at the end of Fonseca Sinner. Good serve down the tee. Forehand from Fonseca. Backhand from Jannik Sinner. Backhand from Fonseca. Backhand Sinner. Forehand from Fonseca's going to go long. 6-all, change of ends. 3 set points come and go for the Brazilian. And we get that classic racket celebration from Jannik. So 6-all. Anisimova here looking pretty emotional at 1-3 down. Ooh, second serve for Sinner to look at here. Oh, look at that elite return from Jannik Sinner. 7 points to 6. Okay. 7-6. Set point here now for Jannik Sinner. The first one for him, and it is on his serve. Good serve down the tee. He's in charge at this point. He puts the forehand away. Win 8-6. He wins that tiebreak, saving 3 set points. And that's why he's a multiple Grand Slam winner. Jannik Sinner wins the first set by 7-6. Meanwhile, Mboko against Anisimova. Anisimova has a game point here at 40-30 to get it to 3-2. Look at that performance rating for Jannik Sinner, 9.1. Joao's is 8.1. I wonder if that has stopped it at 6-3 in the tiebreak. I wonder what those performance ratings would read. Fans getting their money's worth indeed. Okay. Fonseca and Sinner are about to return to the court. And Mboko has a break point now on the Anisimova serve, so this could be huge. Okay, and Mboko gets the break, leads 4-1. So Anisimova now is down a set and a double break to Victoria Mboko. It has been a comfortable scenario so far. Mboko's looked so comfortable on serve and constantly threatening the... Think about some of the Anisimova holds. Think about the first game of the match when Anisimova was under so much pressure on her serve but managed to hold on. By the way, the quality, the movement, the precision between these two, the defense, the athleticism. Drop shot here is going to be too good. The class, the skill, the suave touch on that occasion demonstrated by Jannik Sinner. And perhaps that is an element to Joao's game that could be added. Forehand here from Jannik into the forehand. Oh, what a forehand that is from... and what a double forehand. But the first one, especially from Joao Fonseca, was incredible cross court. By the way, watch that ticker tick over now because we've just started the Iala stream, okay, with a countdown clock. And as a result, you'll see this ticker below me. You'll see it start to tick over a few times now. Yeah, I saw it. I saw it. I saw it. Okay, 40-15 here for Jannik Sinner. Yeah, we should get to talking. Should go to Manila, shouldn't we, and do a tennis story. Backhand return. Look at that backhand return from Joao Fonseca, by the way. 40-30. See, look at this ticking over, this little ticker. I think we might get to 27,000 by the end of the day in Indian Wells, if you know what I mean. I don't think we'll get to 30,000. We need Ayala to probably get to at least the semis to get to 30,000. Sinner holds with an unreturned serve. Game point here for Victoria Mboko. And Mboko holds for 5-1. It's not quite a beatdown, but it's been extremely comfortable for Victoria Mboko today. Okay. Joao Fonseca serving here at love 1. But I don't know, that feels a bit like it might be the match that those 3 set points that Joao had. I mean, I don't expect Jannik to run away with this. But by the way, running away with it, it is love 15 here on the Anisimova serve. Ooh, 30 love Fonseca. Oh, and it's love 30 on the Anisimova serve. Okay, let me just hone in on this a moment because Fonseca's looking comfortable at 40 love on his serve at the beginning of this second set. Meanwhile, Anisimova, love 40, 3 match points for Victoria Mboko. 3 match points. So, Mboko here. Love 40 on the Anisimova serve. Out wide. Mboko return. Forehand is going to miss just. And therefore, Mboko clenches her fist because she knows she is through to the quarterfinals in Indian Wells where she's going to be playing Aryna Sabalenka. And it was somewhere between very easy and a beatdown. You decide. Mboko there takes the plaudits. And to be honest with you, it felt like a beatdown just because of those 5 games that Anisimova won on serve. A couple of them were real hard fights, especially the first game of the match, which was pushing 10 minutes. That's how much of a threat Mboko was on the Anisimova serve constantly, as she broke so many times, including finally on that last game of the match, which she broke to love. And yet she was also super comfortable on her own serve. As I said pre-match, it feels as though Anisimova is just having a little bit of a wobble since that loss to Pegula in Australia, and then through that loss that she also had to Pegula recently as well in the Middle East, to now in Indian Wells. It just felt like Anisimova's in the middle of a wobble. Nothing more than that. I still expect her to make Grand Slam finals, maybe even this year. And Mboko doesn't feel like she's wobbling, anything but. It feels like she's getting better and better and better. And ultimately, she was much, much better than Amanda Anisimova today. And she set up a quarterfinal with Aryna Sabalenka. So, okay. Sinner, Fonseca. 40-15 here on the Jannik Sinner serve. After a +1 winner there on the forehand for Jannik. Ace down the tee for Jannik Sinner. 2-1 hold. So, Mboko against Arina Sabalenka is a quarterfinal on the women's side. Alexander Zverev against Artifice is a quarterfinal on the men's side. Lerner Tien, by the way, is going to play the winner of this match between Joao Fonseca and Jannik Sinner. Lerner beating Alejandro Davidovich Fokina earlier on today in a third set tiebreak. Davidovich Fokina had 2 match points on the Tien serve. Just seeing an exchange between Mboko and her father there. Very amusing. Yeah, and what else have we got in terms of, well, we've also had, of course, Victoria Gibson upsetting Jasmine Paolini in 3 sets earlier. She awaits the winner of Linda Noskova and Alex Ayala. How can I forget Alex Ayala, my dear me. No, I think we're going to get Sinner Tien. Fonseca and Sinner are back on. And it is Fonseca serving at 1-2-15 love. It's 30 love, by the way, because Sinner goes out. All is love. $40 love here, Fonseca, by the way. And he's held actually to love. Sorry. 2 games all. Comfortable hold. Very good of Fonseca to respond to that tie break, by the way, because it would have been very easy for Joao to have faded away. Bearing in mind he had 3 set points in that first set tie break at 6-3. 2 on the Jannik serve, 1 on his own. And in fact, Jannik Sinner won 5 points in a row. Okay. Sinner Fonseca, 15 love. Oh, we've got Eric in Prague. Oh, look at that. Look at that shot down the line from Fonseca, by the way. 30-15. Okay. By the way, my predictions today, 6 from 6. So far. I said that Tien would win in 3 sets over Davidovich Fokina. Ghosty, I'm going to remind you of this comment when you're saying that he's not exciting or he's rubbish or he's overrated or anything. I get your disdain for his background, as in like where the wealth comes from in particular. Totally get that. Can we separate? I don't know. Can we separate that and just watch the tennis? Well, I think, by the way, in terms of wealth and tennis players, I mean, we're probably looking at 90% unethical, something like that. Yeah, that would be nice. Roger here, by the way, saying Sinner will win. Roger, if you hit the subscribe button, if you haven't done so already, that is, you'll get to see this little number below me tick over. Okay, Sinner holds 3-2. I think Joao had just the one break point at the beginning of the match. But he also had 3 set points, didn't he? Okay, so on serve, 3-2 Sinner. Yeah, my 6 predictions today. I went for Tien in 3 sets over Davidovich Fokina. What happened? Tien in 3 sets over Davidovich Fokina. I went for Sabalenka over Osaka. What happened? Sabalenka over Osaka. I went for Zverev in straights over Tiafoe. What happened? Zverev in straights over Tiafoe. I went for Fils over Felix. What happened? Fils beat Felix. I went for Gibson in 3 sets over Paolini. What happened? Gibson in 3 sets over Paolini. Am I missing any matches there? I went for Mboko over Amanda Anisimova. Mboko beat Amanda Anisimova. All 6 I got correct today. Yeah. Yeah, indeed. Okay, Fonseca here serving 2-3, love 15, by the way. I did call Tien over ADF. It's all out on record as well, by the way. I also called it, I said it would be 3 sets. It's all on record because it's all in the previews. Oh, I think Fonseca's missed that smash. Love 30. Wasn't super easy, the smash, but should be making it, I guess. But it wasn't easy. The best in the world at that type of smash, by the way, hands down, Carlos Alcaraz. Yeah, it's all on record. You look at the 8 previews that we've got out there on Talking Tennis for the 8 matches today, and it's all there. Some people were going for Osaka over Sabalenka. They saw a renaissance happening and a possibility that she would extend it to a 2-0. Not me. I didn't listen to any of that fanfare. Some people said that Anisimova was playing better than Mboko. Not me. I ignored that. Went with the tennis that I've been watching all year. Some people said that Paolini was the hot favorite against Gibson. Nah, not for me. Double fault, Joao Fonseca, 15-40. Yeah, danger time, very much so. We're all very, very proud of you, Silk. Yeah. Touch of irony, perhaps, there. Okay. Good serve there, but what a return that is from Jannik Sinner. Forehand now. This should be Sinner's point because Zhao's in all sorts of trouble. Now he's back on neutral. That's not a bad forehand from him. Now's a good forehand from Zhao, but still fighting. I don't know who's going to win this point now, actually. Some good depth there from Zhao, but playing with a bit of margin too. Jannik defending. Drop shot from... Oh, lovely! Joao Fonseca. What a point that was. 30-40. Woo! Okay. 30-40. Into the rally here. Oh, he's put the forehand into the net. Fonseca. We've got the break of serve for Jannik Sinner. He leads by a set and a break. 2 games away from yet another Indian Wells quarterfinal. He made the semis in 2024. Didn't play this tournament in 2025 because he was suspended. So I've done the T. That's not going to get back in from Zhao. $15 for Sinner. In all. Okay, 15 all here. Sinner serving 4-2. Double fault, 15-30. Are we going to get a twist in this match? Okay. Ace down the T, 30 all. That's what Jannik Sinner thinks about your twist. Okay, second serve here. Decent return there from Joao. I don't know if it was super cleanly hit, but anyway, into the rally here. Oh, good depth there from Jannik. Still in this rally. Still going. Oh, Joao goes up the line with that backhand and hits into the net. How Joao must be thinking about that break point right at the beginning of the match. Yeah. Okay, Fonseca is receiving here. Can he get that in? He does. But Joao wins the point and holds for 5-2. So it's not looking like we're going to go 3 sets, Ghosty. Just looking at a comment here. All the good players keep losing. Amanda, what the F was that? Okay. Some interview here with Ciala. Alex Ciala speaking, by the way. This is Alex Ciala speaking. Okay. It's match 2-5.
It's all about experience.
Okay, 40-15 here. Game points here for Fonseca to at least make Jannik serve it out. Jannik's going to miss the forehand. Okay. So, it's in a 7 for the match. 5-3. Love 15. Okay, forehand here for Fonseca's a good chance. Is it gonna? That's gonna go long. Love 30. Okay, here we go. Love 30. Okay, forehand here from Jannik. Forehand from Joao. Backhand here from Joao down the line. Now he's on the attack. Zhao probably should have done better there. In the end, he's got a tricky half volley. Jannik has missed that, has he? Yes, he has. Love 40. Three break points. Backhand return. Good return there from Zhao. That's huge forehand from Zhao. Is going to help him break. 5-4. We're not done yet, ladies and gentlemen. We are not done yet. Yeah, indeed. So, back on. All right, let me know in the live chat. Are we going to go 3 sets, or is Sinner still going to get this done in straights? Let me tell you, by the way, for the Iala Noskova match, we have 700 people waiting. What a time to be alive, hey? Okay, Fonseca serving here at 4-5. Here we go, 4-5. Ace down the T, 15 love. It was the first time Jannik was broken, by the way, as he was serving for the match there at 5-3. Fonseca hitting 6 aces today, Sinner hitting 14. I think that's a little bit about the slight gap between the two on serve, but it's also a little bit about the major gap between the two on return. Backhand into the net from Sinner, 30 love. Okay, forehand here from Jannik into the backhand of cross court there from, and he's on the forehand there. You want to be getting off. Oh, what a forehand cross court winner that is from Jannik Sinner, 30-15. I see you want to be. I was just about to give Jannik Sinner tactical advice, and I should have known better. You don't need to give someone that good tactical advice. In this set alone, Sinner's hit 13 winners to Fonseca's 6. And yet, here we are. We're pretty much level pegging. I say pretty much. We're not quite there yet because it is only 30-15. But it is now 40-15. Still another first serve here. 40-15. Oh, don't you worry, Ghosty. There's a reason why this number keeps ticking over. They're being pumped. They're being pumped. Don't worry. Sinner goes long, 5-all. They're chatting. And I'm chatting a little bit with them too. Yeah, they're chatting, but I'm chatting to them as well. $15 love here for Sinner. Ghosty, by the way, you know how I said it was 700? It's now 919. So we're pushing 1,000. And the match might be another hour away yet. And most tennis media, including, by the way, the powers that be, didn't know about this Ayala thing until this year. And of course, we've been on it for a year, since Miami, really. And I'm not saying we were clever even then, because, you know, it was all there to see. By the way, looking at this rally here, Joao there with a nice little touch there, but is Jannik... Oh, lovely court coverage there from Joao Fonseca, 15 all. Look at that touch there from Joao, but also good court coverage there and good net coverage, I should say. $30.15. Oh, by the way, we've just gone over 1,000 viewers on YouTube for Ayala Noskova. Okay, 30-15 here for Jannik Sinner. Still feel as though this is 7-6, 7-6 Jannik. But feelings can be deceptive. Second serve here for Joao to look at. Good forehand there from Jannik, 40-15. This is the thing, when these two guys, or when these top guys, especially on the forehand, they go for it big style. They just go for it with that just tiny bit of margin, and it's enough. And that's why they can hit the ball so hard. And also, of course, they hit a lot of topspin on it. In a way, the build-up is, by this match, just going a bit longer between Joao and Jannik. It's just teasing the Philippine audience that little bit more. Ooh, Jannik there with a risk on the second serve, but I guess at 40-15, you can take that risk. And it's okay because he got it in anyway. So, 6-5 Jannik Sinner. He is just a game away once again, but he was a game away on two separate occasions. He was a game away at 5-3 when he was serving for the match. Got broken to love. And then he was also a game away when Joao was serving to stay in it. And Joao is going to have to serve to stay in it once again. Bless you, Jane. Bless you. Oh, Ghosty. Kind words. Interpol is known, by the way, across the pond. You might have to change that number from 700, by the way, Ghosty, to 1,100 and counting. I think it's safe to say we're going to hit 27,000 subscribers. Unless Ayala or Noskova retire in the first game. We're now at 1,200 viewers for the Ayala Noskova preview, which, by the way, is nothing more than a countdown clock. good there passing shot from Jannik Sinner, 15 all, although he does put his hand up. I'm not sure if he mishit one of those shots. Double fault from Joao Fonseca, 15-30. Okay, 15-30 here. Fonseca serving. Forehand return from Sinner's pretty good. Backhand up the line from Joao. Backhand cross court from Joao Fonseca. Now a drop shot from Joao. Sinner gets to it, but he's not going to make it. 30 all. Okay, first serve goes into the net here from Joao Fonseca. Okay, forehand from Sinner is mishit and gone long as a result. Hold for Joao. So we're going to a tie break. I said I had feelings for 7-6, 7-6, didn't I? Okay, tie break time. Backhand return from Joao is going to go long. 1-0 Sinner. Okay. Yala Noskova will be starting at the end of this match. Second serve after the first serve clips the net and goes wide. Into the body, that serve, but Jannik deals with it. Forehand now into the forehand of Joao. It's good forehand up the line, but well defended by Jannik. But he's not going to defend this one, surely. Ooh, that ball almost went right through Jannik. Jannik sticks his thumb up and says he's okay. 1-all. Two-one Fonseca. Remember how the first tiebreak went? He had 3 set points. Ace, Sinner, 2-all. Okay. Second serve here, though, for Fonseca to look at. Run around, forehand return. Backhand from Jannik. Forehand from Joao. 3-2, Joao Fonseca. Mini break advantage. Remember, though, how the first set went. He had a mini break advantage then. In fact, he was up 4-2 at the change of ends and then ultimately 6-3 with 3 set points. But he wasn't able to get over the line. How's this going to pan up? He's at a mini break up here, 3-2. Serves down the tee, forehand return. Forehand from Joao is pretty big. Jannik, though, deals with it. Forehand all goes into the net. 3-all change of ends. For me, it's a kind of win-win right now because if Jannik gets this done in straights, I'll be 7 from 7 today. And I'll be able to get to bed a bit sooner. But of course, Ayala and Noskova, you know, is going 3 sets in 3 hours. Just seeing that from Ghosty. Oh, you cynic. Latest figure, by the way, for Ayala Noskova, 1,800 people watching right now. Ace down the tee, is that 4-3? Everybody tuning in, by the way, do hit the like button. And if you haven't already done so, please hit subscribe. We're going to be 27,000 before Noskova and Ayala get underway, I think. Especially if this goes 3 sets. But I don't think we're going to need this. We're not going to need this to go 3 sets even if Sinner wins the next 4 points. Because it's going to be another 15, 20 minutes before Ayala and Noskova get underway, irrespective of what happens. Backhand return from Joao. Forehand now is going to go long from him. So 4-all. Jannik Sinner here, 4-all. 1,900 is the latest number for Ayala Noskova tuning in. First serve goes in the net. Run around forehand return. Five, 4 Sinner. $21 subscribers away now. 20 subscribers away from we might hit 2,000 viewers for Ayala Noskova. Okay, second serve here for Joao Fonseca, 4-5. Run around forehand return. Backhand from Joao into the forehand of Jannik, but that's a bit short there from Joao. And as a result, he's on the defense. That's still going to land in. The point's not done yet, but it is now. 6-4 Sinner. And the Italian former world number one has 2 match points. The first is going to be on Joao Fonseca's serve. The second will be on his serve, should he need it. So 2 match points here for Jannik Sinner and a spot in the quarterfinals. Fonseca to serve. Out wide, just missed. So a second serve for Joao Fonseca to look at on the first of 2 match points. Where's Joao going with this serve? He's going into the body. Oh, what a return from Jannik Sinner. Sinner wins 7-6, 7-6. And it was as tight as that scoreline suggests. We had just 3 break points in the first set. 1 for Joao at the beginning of the match. Went for it big down the line, didn't he? And just missed the tape or just got it onto the net, but not over the net. So Sinner held firm in that first game of the match. Then Sinner had a couple of looks at the Joao serve, had a couple of break points at 30-40 on a couple of occasions, but it was tight as both of them served really, really well. We then went into the tie break, and it was Joao who nudged out in front with a mini break advantage. And then Joao was up 4-2 at the change of ends, and then Joao had 3 set points at 6-3. 2 on the Jannik serve, 1 on his own serve. And he wasn't able to take it as Sinner won 5 points in a row to turn the screw and win the first set by 7-6. But Joao hung in there. It would have been very easy for the Brazilian to have faded at that point. Still hear the crowd, by the way. They're loving it. And yet he wouldn't go away, holding his nerve and holding his serve. However, when finally that broke and Jannik got in front, Jannik put himself in a position to serve for the match at 5-3. But Joao wasn't done. He dug deep, broke back to love as Sinner was serving for the match. That doesn't happen very often. Broke to love when he was serving for the match. And so then we head into a tie break. Jannik, by the way, merely saying thanks to the camera or signing on the camera, thanks. And then we head into the tie break. And it was Sinner who eventually got over the line with that excellent return. It is a return. If there is one big difference between these two players, if there's one thing that Joao needs to improve to get to the levels of Jannik's and Carlos's and Novak's, it's the return of serve. But that's for another day. Round 4, tick. Joao is playing much better now. He's got rid of the issues with the back and the form and the worries and the anxiety that he had in Rio, for example. And he's back, and I'm sure we're going to have a great year from him. And I think it might well include the second week of a slam at some point and an entry into the top 20 for the first time. But as I say, that is for another time. For now, we can see Sinner here, 8.9 performance rating, 8.7 for Joao. Tight as the match was. Joao got 70% of his first serves in. Sinner only got 59%, but look, he's winning 86% of those first serves, which again is about that serve dynamic. We saw so many aces coming from the racket of Jannik and a few from Joao, but it's because Jannik, even on the first serve from Joao, which is one of the best serves in the world, he can return it. Anyway, that is that. At the net, I think Sinner will be slightly disappointed, 7 from 11. By the way, in terms of the whole match, Jannik Sinner won just 2 more points than Joao Fonseca. And by the way, we've just hit the 27,000 subscriber mark. So please do hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new. We're going to stay live for a few more moments because I'm going to preview the upcoming encounter between Jannik Sinner and Lerner Tien. Let's have a quick look at the head-to-head between Sinner and Tien. But before we do that, I just need to do something a little bit. Okay. Yeah, Sinner, Tien, head-to-head. Reads 1-0 for Jannik Sinner, the world number 2, beating Lerner, who's currently the world number 27, at least going into this tournament. 2-2 in Beijing last year. And it was a super, super comfortable win for Jannik in what I think is a pretty good matchup for him. They both do a lot of similar things, but Jannik does them all better. Jannik is a better server. I mean, Jannik is maybe the best server in the world. Let me know in the comment section whether you agree with that. Lerner Tien, by the way, is a very, very, very good server, as we saw today against Alejandro Davidovich Fokina at times. None more so than in that 49-second hold he had to win the second set. But on return, again, Sinner wins that one. Tien is very, very good on return. But Jannik even better. Jannik even better on shot tolerance, even though I think that is arguably one of Lerner's best traits. Lerner's backhand is extremely, extremely good. But Jannik Sinner has one of the best backhands on the tour, if not the best backhand on the tour. The ability to change direction, again, is just slightly in Jannik's favor. But Jannik Sinner coming up against a lefty. We will bring to you, I hope, his record against lefties. Of course, he's lost to Rafa at least twice at Roland Garros, so that'll be something to bear in mind. But we'll talk about that shortly. But 24 career titles for Jannik Sinner compared to 1 from Lerner Tien. Regarding this tournament, well, Sinner, of course, got a bye in the first round before then coming through against Vricina and Shapovalov in straight sets, and then also Joao Fonseca today in straight sets. So he's not dropped a set en route to the quarterfinals. Sinner's never been in a final of Indian Wells before, by the way. Jannik Sinner's record in the desert reads semi-finals in 2024. 2025, of course, he didn't play the tournament. But yeah, in the semi-finals of 2024, where he lost to Alcaraz in the semis then. Quarterfinals in, in 2023, he was in the semi-finals as well and lost to Carlos Alcaraz. 2022, Jannik gave Kyrgios a walkover, won a couple of matches, then gave Kyrgios a walkover in the round of 16. 2021, that was a chance for a lot of players. Of course, it was one that Cam Norrie went on to win, and Sinner lost in the round of 16 to Taylor Fritz. 2019, did he play? I don't think he did. I think it was his debut in 2021. So, yeah, he's been twice in the semis in Indian Wells, both times losing to Carlos. At least this time he can't meet Carlos until the final. In fact, he's talking right now. In Italian. Just listening to his post-match comments after playing against Fonseca in that Fonseca match. Wow. Both of them hitting the ball so hard, and the margins are so fine. But often when the margins are fine, they will go to the best players in the world. And yeah, Carlos and Jannik have sort of put a gap between themselves and the rest. Some people think there's a gap even between Carlos and Jannik growing. I'm not quite jumping on that bandwagon yet. I want to see a few more matches during this swing. As for Lerner Tien, his route to this stage has seen... Oh, by the way, I want to come up with Jannik's point with his situation against lefties. Of course, he's beaten Chapo, who's also a lefty, en route to this quarterfinal in Indian Wells. And it's now 32-8 for him against lefties. So lefty's not an issue. And 2 of those losses, I think, were to Nadal. I'm going to have a quick look at the Nadal-Sinner head-to-head, actually, to see if it's just 2 losses to Rafa. 2 at Indian Wells, by the way. 2 at the French Open. And another one in Rome in 2021. I'd forgotten about that one. So it's 3-0 So 3 of the 8 losses were against. So he's lost 8 times to lefties, but he's won 32. But 3 of those 8 losses were against Rafa Nadal. I think there's no doubt we can say Rafa Nadal is the best left-handed player of all time, and definitely the best clay court player. And all 3 of those matches came up against Jannik, who on clay, and Rafa's best surface. And I think it's Jannik's weakest surface or condition, but that is probably, there is an argument there. I mean, he's 1 point away from winning the French Open last year. In fact, 1 point on 3 separate occasions, wasn't he? Anyway, that's for another time. As for Lerner Tien's route to the quarterfinals, beat Adam Walton 7-6, 7-6 in the round of 64. Lerner, of course, was seeded 25, so also gets a bye. He beat Ben Shelton in 3 sets, which probably marks his tournament. It's the line in the sand that is basically, you know, he wins that one and everything else is kind of okay. Well, he's beaten Davidovich Fokina now as well to just cement that. I'm interested to see actually Lerner Tien's live ranking. I think he might be pushing. He's pushing top 20. Not quite there yet, I don't think. But he'll be getting closer and closer after today. 21 in the live ranking. So you'd assume a win over Jannik would put him into the top 20 for the first time in his career. But will he beat Jannik Sinner? I've told you about those dynamics and how I just think that it's not a great matchup for Lerner. And I think Jannik's got his mojo back, and any doubts we had regarding Jannik after those losses to Djokovic and Mensik recently, I think he's more or less dispelled them. And yeah, Jannik and Tien both winning today, by the way, were 2 of my 7 from 7, as in my predictions. I got all 7 correct so far today. Anyway, yeah, that's that. All right. Well, make sure you join us for the Alex Ayala match against Linda Noskova. That's coming up shortly. But to the rest of you, you know the drill. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.